Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the Akim who are tuning to these videos. This video is going to be another MOTB update because you can see that this devil is getting the MOTB device ready for the beast system. In the beast system, I'm speaking about how everything is all connected, the Internet of Things. It's going to be all connected to the point where if you don't have these devices, if you don't have the proper credentials, you're not going to be able to function in this beast system. And with this article that came out a few days ago, from this one, the top story says that California driver's license and state IDs coming to mobile devices. Mobile California driver's license are coming to Apple Wallet, but don't leave your physical car. And so all these people are geared up to put this all onto one system. And specifically too, it's being promoted via the Apple Wallet, which is a way that you're able to buy and sell. And when we're speaking these things, we're sounding the alarm. We're letting the nation of Israel, those who have ears to hear, to be prepared for the insurrection that Esau Edom is about to do to the nation, to those who fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. That's why when we're doing these videos, we motivate and uplift each other so that when the hour of temptation is upon you, you're able to prevail with flying colors. And these things right here are just signs of the times so that you know what manner of person you ought to be. Right now, we're looking forward and hastening the day, because this right here just means that our salvation is nearer than we believed. These type of articles should motivate you, and also pointing out the fact that this is led by the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because this is his testimony. And we know that this device, the MOTB, is going to be the end-all be-all for you to buy or sell or function in this society. That's why we're here at Great Millstone, we're always going to bring it up. Anytime this devil makes an inch of it on the mainstream news, on the media, or on this world stage with Elon Musk's device and all these things, we're going to speak on it, because that was what the prophets of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai are set up to do, to sound that alarm. So I'm going to read this here in Jeremiah 28:8. It says, "The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence." And so as the prophets of before were sent out to say these things, we're doing the exact same thing. And we're basically translating what the writing on the wall is, pursuant to what happened in the book of Daniel. Daniel was able to say what those writings were, and basically saying that this kingdom is weighed on the balance. This place is almost at its end, and that we're going to see the insurrection that Esau Edom. He has got all this world in the palm of his hands. In the fullness of sufficiency, he's going to be in straits. But as the time before he fills his belly, the Most High is going to interrupt him. So he's not just going to give this all away with a smile on his face. He's going to be kicking and screaming. That's why great fear fell upon them, because he sees that the Spirit is upon the nation of Israel. But right now, we're prophesying that before it gets good, it's going to get real tough during Jacob's trouble. Just as I've spoken about here in Jeremiah 28:8. We are prophets that were sent to speak about these things and against these great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. And I'm going to continue on. Verse 9, it says, "The prophet which prophesieth of peace, when the world of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord had truly sent him." And so we're speaking these things because you're going to have a lot of gainsayers. And basically, like how some of the elders here at this camp have been saying, if you're not speaking about this, if the Spirit is not on you to speak about the MOTB, you're paid out, or you're doing something that is not according to the Spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You're just a false prophet leading the rest of the nation of Israel astray. And the Lord is doing all these things. He creates light and he creates darkness. So just because these people are disobeying the message, ultimately they're still doing what they're programmed to do, to deny Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because they think that peace and safety is about to happen when this devil is literally going to be kicking and screaming when this device is implemented. That's what that Jacob's trouble is speaking about. That's what these other people are shy to speak on with Jacob's trouble, is it is going to be trials and tribulations. Everybody is going to be tried, whether you're buying or selling with this device. But us here at Great Millstone, that's why we're building everyone up, ourselves and the ones who hear these videos, to be spiritually minded, discerning the times and the seasons, so that if you're met with certain situations, you lean upon the Lord. You lean upon what you've been reading about in the scriptures, never backing down or tarnishing your integrity for this ministry. So I'm going to read this here in Joel 2:1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. And to the nation of Israel, the message is that this devil is going to have great wrath, knowing that he has but a short time, and he's going to try to implement that MOTB onto you. But the elect are not going to take that MOTB. But to the rest of the world, these heathens, it's going to be war and pestilence. In these last days, you're going to see all the plagues that happened in Egypt happen again. So we were prophesied unto the nations to speak these things. And we're going to be caught in the midst of all of that. The only difference is that the man of the Lord is going to be protected throughout all those days. We're going to be sufficient because we're serving the Lord now. We're going to laugh at the calamity of all these people who scoff and mock at us, speaking about this MOTB, because they're ultimately preaching peace and safety. We're preaching you to be weary about these times that are about to happen. And this is in 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And so if you're galvanized by these videos, by the men of the Lord who are on the highways and hedges week in and week out, we're blowing the trumpet, and you should have an ear to hear. Yahweh Shai's sheep are going to hear this alarm, this voice, and they're going to come to the fold and prepare for this wedding. And this wedding is going to come with Esau's demise. It's going to come with a lot of stipulations, a lot of judgments happening on the earth, and that's why we're blowing this trumpet. But ye are not in darkness, because we're speaking these things. And you should understand where this message is coming from. It's not of us, it's of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. If you hear us, you're hearing him. And I'm going to read this again in 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And this prophecy of the MOTB is plain as day to the men of the Lord. In these last days, the elect will receive this message and obtain this message, and they're going to build their faith so that when the evil days come, they're able to stand stiffly for the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, so I'm going to read these last precepts here, just to motivate you for the times ahead that we're about to enter. And also being privy of these things, because in the scriptures it wrote about these things so that we're forewarned, so that we're mentally prepared. And all these scoffers and scorners, that was already written in the scriptures. It is in 2 Peter 2:1, it says, But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that brought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. And there's going to be a time where all these fringe Israelite groups who are saying these damnable heresies, bringing weapons to camp, saying that there's no Jacob's trouble, and all these things to try to diminish our faith, there's going to be a time where these mouths must be shut. So right now they have that wiggle room to do all these things and to seal the 2/3 of the nation of Israel to whoever wants to hear their soothsayings. Because that's what the people of the nation of Israel, they would rather hear smooth things as opposed to harsh realities. But those people, they're basically bringing swift destruction upon themselves. And continuing on, verse 2, it says, And many shall follow the pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. Yeah, people really get mad when we bring out these epistles, when we speak about the MOTB. They'll say the all types of scoffs, like we sound like a broken record or whatever they want to say. Ultimately, they're bringing swift destruction upon themselves. And I'm going to read from verse 2 again. It says, "And many shall follow their pernicious ways." Now I wanted to highlight that it says many shall follow their pernicious ways, because those that are following and subscribing to what we're not speaking about, the MOTB not being an implantable device, that it's sin, it says Bourdieu, all these damnable heresies, that's the broad gate. Many people of our nation, the nation of Israel, are fitted for destruction. That's why it says that many of them are going to follow that way. Only the elect are going to obtain it, and the rest are going to be blinded. The elect are going to be sown in the Spirit, because when these days comes, you're going to see how quick they buckle under the pressure. But this is why when we do these videos, this is something that we exercise, we meditate on, so that we're prepared for these evil days to come. This is in Hebrews 10:38. It says, "Now the just shall live by faith, but if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him." And that's why we have to keep that integrity. We have to fear Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, because what can man do, but as opposed to what Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai can do? He could do a whole lot more than what Esau is trying to say. And we're supposed to fear Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai more so than Esau Edom. We're supposed to live by faith, his faith, knowing that he said that we're supposed to stand stiffly for his name, and that so that we're not going to diminish our integrity for him. That's having faith and fear in Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. It's a type of respect. And if we do buckle under the pressure, we bend the knee or do something, it says that my soul shall have no pleasure in him. So you can imagine the judgment, basically. And also the time wasted, that you're in this ministry, you have your hand on the plow, but then when push comes to shove, you don't even get shoved. You fall right before you get hit. It says right there, my soul shall have no pleasure in him, because Yahushai has risen up the elect men who are going to stand stiffly. When push comes to shove, we're still going to stand stiffly. But continue on, verse 39, "But we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, but of them that believe to the saving of the souls." And that's why we're doing this, because we want to have an assurance of being delivered from this coming destruction. We're prophesying all this doom and gloom, but we're also prophesying that some of the nation of Israel, the elect, are going to obtain this message and be delivered through the chariots. And this is in Galatians 5:16. "This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh." Because during the time of famine, you have to walk in the Spirit. So saying that comes with a plethora of things. A lot of precepts should come to mind, meaning that you might go a few days without eating, but the Lord has you. He's just going to take care of you in due time. And also the Lord is testing your patience and faith. So just because you're going out a few days without eating, or it gets a whole bunch of hectic in the coming days, you might lose your house, your family, your car, whatever it is, your job, but you still have to walk in the Spirit, and also not understand about, or not worry about the flesh. Who gives a crap about what you lose on this side? Because we're going to gain glories evermore if you stand stiffly for Yahushai, if you walk in the Spirit. And the last precept I want to read here is in Job 23:12. It says, "Neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips. I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food." And so that's what you have to understand, that if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing through the Spirit and power of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, adhering to the Spirit, then you shouldn't worry about food, because that is secondary. That's a carnal thing. If you focus on what Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai wants you to focus on, everything else will come along with that. But with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Rachak Wadash. Peace and salutations. Shalom Akim.